Welcome to York High School for the final Friday night football game. We are off. Luke Malaga back to receive. That's Patrick Kastner on the reception, and we will have a touchback. Our final game of not only the season, but this is our last go around.
Yeah, this is it. This is it. I was thinking on my way here, driving over. No tears, but it's a little sad, a little heartbreaking. Senior year, that's right, exactly. We're reluctant we were able to have this season in the first place. Happy to be able to broadcast to you guys every week for York Dukes football.
This pitch here to Kastner. He goes up the left side trying to find some running room. He will. It's gained about 8 yards on the play. That was Patrick Kastner on the carry. So as the season has gone on, this offense has certainly gotten going. That was Nick Anderson starting tonight on the offensive line.
Senior Nick Anderson finally being able to get in the game and start. Great sight to see. They call him Nick the Legend, apparently in the locker room. And he's the inspiration every week. Go out there and win football games.
Saad, the screen pass to Malaga, cuts it back, turning upfield now, up to about the 33-34 yard line. And the Dukes early have their first down of the ballgame.
So Dane, offensively, looking for a real good passing football game coming off of last week. Next aside at 351 yards, pair of touchdowns. Coming in at second in most yards passing in a single game in York football history, as long as Sammy Ayash jumping up to tying in second place for most receptions in a York Dukes football game.
Yeah, Ayash at the bottom of your screen, number 13, had a crack at the record books. Almost had a chance, could have set that single game reception record a week after Luke Malaga. This offense, as we said before, certainly hot as of late. This is Kastner up the middle, has running room, and a first down. You talk about Sammy Ayash, and that was some individual we called upon this past week. So impressive. His growth from not only last year to this year, but over the past few weeks, he didn't get a whole lot of receptions. But it's amazing to see what Fitz put together in this offense, passing-wise. Certainly got things going. Patrick Kastner stopped there, depending on the spot. We can infer about a yard, possibly gain. They will put him back at behind the line of scrimmage. And Cal Harris at the bottom of your screen is a junior wide receiver. Has not had too much playing time as of late, but certainly next year he will get his time behind after an exiting Aaron Berman, Luke Malaga, and Sammy Ayash. Trying to draw a man off sides is Assad with Kastner to his left. 10 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Another screen pass here to Malaga, trying to turn upfield again across the 50 to about the 47-yard line. Flag on the play. And this will be holding called against the Dukes. Aaron Berman and Cal Harris were in the area. Dane, offensively, you talked about the passing game getting going, and we saw it certainly in that last drive last week.
Yeah. Go back to your main two receivers, Luke Malaga, Sammy Ayash. Malaga's ability to run with the ball after catching. He's got speed, he's got elusiveness, agility. Sammy Ayash, on the other hand, he's got the height, he's got the hands. He has the ability to outsize and outmatch his defender week in and week out.
Offense was certainly clicking on all cylinders last week. We'll see what they can do here tonight. 2nd and 21 now, 9:45 left to go in the first quarter. Assad looking, survey firing deep. Sammy Ayash, the flag will fly, and this one will be coming against Romeoville.
That was a no-doubt call. Sammy Ayash kind of wrapped around the neck way before he was able to reach for that ball.
That was Jaquil Brown on the coverage. And actually a great ball thrown there by by Assad. Would have been interesting to see what happened had that pass interference there not have been granted. So the Dukes getting back some of that yardage. It is now 2nd and 6. The ball on the 46-yard line of the Spartans. Assad, the give to Kastner, straight up the middle. He will be stopped. The 40-yard line is the line to gain for the first down. 9.5 to go in the first quarter.
Well, 3rd and about 3 here, Gavin. You gotta convert. Kind of in a no man's land right now.
Patrick Kastner, the senior at the bottom of your screen, checks in at wide receiver. A very good blocking wide receiver at that. Looking, Assad fires across, has his man Sammy Ayash. Ayash has a whole lot of room. There goes Sammy Ayash, and the Dukes are the first to draw blood here at York High School on the final Friday night. Oh my goodness.
Sammy Ayash, about a 3rd and 4, able to break that first tackle on that slant route. After that, there was no one near him and no one having the ability to stop him. Sammy Ayash, talked about him last week, the week before. Touchdown, 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 Sammy.
You talk about picking up right where he left off. Ayash does just that, and the Dukes are off to an early lead, 8:58 to go in the first quarter. So not only was it a successful first drive, but a quick one at that. Max, the leg handsman, on for the extra point, and it is up and good. So the Dukes lead by 7. We'll be right back to York High School for the final football game of the year. Dukes lead 7-0 over the Romeoville Spartans. So we don't know too much about the Spartans of Romeoville, given that they are a non-conference opponent. Proviso West having to cancel late last week, and left to scramble for an opponent was the York Athletic offices. So with that, we give you Romeoville. I tell you what, Dane, a little bit confusing here. I feel like we're playing U of I with this jersey and helmet combo here.
Looks really similar to U of I. That's a good point.
This one fielded here. Spartans get their first crack at it, but not able to go anywhere. Terrific coverage from the special teams of the Dukes. So 8:50 to go in the first quarter, and the Romeoville Spartans will get their first look offensively, led by a quarterback in Austin Diamantis. But I tell you what here, Dane, this Duke defense ever so effective. Jamari Christian in at back. They give to him. Christian looking for some running room, but swallowed up and tackled. Great play there by Jeffrey Cognalis. We can hear you there, Dane.
It was a little too loud in my ear. I was like talking normal and it was just like screaming back at me.
So now approaching 8.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. It is now 2nd and 9 for the Spartans.
2nd and 9, maybe expect a little screen pass here. Something that can get the ball moving. Even pick up a gain of 5 would be helpful for this Romeoville team.
Diamantis under center. Sends a man in motion. The give to Christian, but swallowed up again by Coglianese. He's going to go back to back. 3rd down upcoming for the Spartans.
A little miscommunication there between the quarterback and the running back. Someone went the wrong way. The hole opened up on the whole other side. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 9 now. They're really going to have to take a turn and look for something in the air going forward on this play.
Dane, obviously a passing situation in this York secondary, has played pretty well all year. So this is certainly not an ideal situation for the Spartans. Diamantis again from under center. Looking, the pitch, nearly lost, but finding some running room here, and an orange helmet will go forward. That was Alan Jones on the run. So Dane, now 4th and 2 in your own territory. The Spartans seem to be going for it. It's that kind of thing. Last game of the year, obviously no playoff implications.
Nothing to lose when you go for 2 here.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you do go for 2, you don't get it. You're really giving up good field position to this Duke offense, who just scored on you very early. Shows that they have a lot of power with the football offensively.
We'll see what the Spartans can do. Christian in at back. And taking it himself is Diamantis, and depending on the spot, doesn't even look close. The Dukes are going to set up shop, going the other way at about the 35-yard line. So 6:35 in the first quarter. I'll tell you what, this is a dangerous offense to give the ball back to this early.
That was a terrible run. Looked like he
Not
didn't even try.
a fan of the play call.
That was the worst run I've ever seen.
He did.
He looked like he just took the snap.
He was running.
And just was like,
he ran straight up.
He ran straight up. He didn't even try to reach or nothing. He just kind of snapped the ball. It was like, do I have to run with it?
So with that, Max, Assad, and the Dukes will come back out here offensively. That's exactly what it was like with 6:35 to go in the first quarter. Assad sends Malaga in motion, gives to him, and now Malaga looking, fiery deep, has a man, Sammy Ayash caught,
touchdown! Sammy Ayash!
A absolute bullet from Luke Malaga, the wide receiver. Let's just do that. Let's just do that all game.
Oh my God! Second touchdown tonight for Ayash. A real quick early trick play thrown off the defense. Wait, that's not Malaga. That was Cote.
It was Cote?
That was Cote. That was number 9.
Excuse me, Cote on the pass. Man,
Cote.
that's my fault. Man.
Cote, the player that used to play quarterback growing up, the Lombard Falcons.
I was gonna say Mal has quite an arm if he just pulled that off. And that up and in. So the Dukes lead 14-0 here very early after Sammy Ayash's second receiving touchdown of the night, thrown by Patrick Cote.
That was a great throw.
It was a great throw, right on the money.
Right on the money. A little bit behind him, but what are you gonna expect coming from a slot receiver? He's kind of like it's kind of like a utility man in football, almost. It's kind of like
in baseball. Yeah, in baseball.
No,
yeah,
I'm saying in football.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
no, agreed. Yeah, and how they use. Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like a utility. Kind of can do everything.
Yeah.
He can catch. He can run. He can play quarterback.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this is
14-0.
Yeah, this is I think everything you could want here to start off a ball game. If you're in green and white, not so much if you're in white and orange.
Not at all. Hate to be those guys.
and you know, that was just such a that's the one thing about you go back to that 4th and 2 call to go for it. Having your quarterback. Yeah, that was a long 2 yards. I wouldn't, in that situation, I don't know if I'm, looking for a QB sneak.
No, I don't think I would have gone for that either. I think I would have punted it. But can't go back in time now. They're going to have to pay and suffer and be down 14-0.
So Hansman now to kick. Back to receive here is Calvin Glass. See what he can do with. Actually, that was a great kick inside the 15-yard line. And we will get another look at this Romeoville offense. You know, with this Duke defense playing as well as it has, I think this Romeoville offense might have left their best behind them. I mean, this defense here as of late, everywhere. The secondary up front, the middle linebackers, the communication has been there on the deep balls, and that's something that we really saw change after that Glenbard West game.
Yeah, you looked at that defensive back and the players. You look toward Hendren, Jalen Jones, Hayden Rainier. They've done a great job communicating and not letting anything get behind them for sure in the last couple weeks.
Tackle by David Locke. That was again Glass on the carry up toward the 25-yard line of the Spartans. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, it was a Max Assad thread the needle to Sammy Ayash for the first touchdown. Unexpectedly, a trick play from the Dukes. They give to Patrick Cote and a bullet to Ayash as well. So the Dukes lead here early, 14-0, 5:40 to go in the first quarter. This is Christian on the carry, gaining not too much. Third down now coming up. I tell you what, this is, you know, Romeoville's trying to really get things going, really using that clock, maybe not to their advantage. I mean, you know, you got to slow things down, kind of figure out, maybe find your identity here against this non-conference opponent. Unfortunately, they have not had the time to do so.
There's a lot of time left on the clock. You're down 14-0. I think you're right. I think they have to set a tempo, set a sense of urgency, kind of pick up a first down here and there, get some yards, communicate a little bit better in terms of play calling.
Diamantis under center, Christian the tailback. Looking, Diamantis surveying and firing out of reach. With 2 Dukes in the area, that was a dangerous pass. 4th and 4 coming up, and the punt team will now come on.
Well, the punt team comes out for the first time tonight for the orange and blue. Should have came out last time.
They should have. 4th and 4. You know, maybe based on how this game has gone so far, maybe we get, you know, Dane, am I seeing things, or is the punter the quarterback? Dane, is the punter the quarterback?
Oh yeah,
I think the punter's the quarterback.
He is the quarterback.
Quarterback's got a leg. Malaga will let it roll.
Quarterback's got a better leg than an arm. Can I say that? I can say anything I want.
Last
game of the season, what are they going to do, fire us? Right, what are they, last day of the job, what am I going to do, get fired?
I mean, I don't know if anyone, regardless of who they're rooting for, would disagree with you there. So with 4:44 left to go in the first quarter, I mean, the Dukes, this is you got to imagine if they're up by 3 scores at the end of the first quarter.
I think early on, kind of maybe in this drive even, up 14 over this early, maybe give the ball to some newer guys and some younger guys or other seniors that don't get to play very often in the game. Give them a real opportunity to do something special for this. Kind of make them feel like they're helping this team.
And when we did hear rumors of that throughout the week.
Yeah, right, regardless of the score.
Yeah. So that would certainly make things fun to watch. Get a look at the crew we'll have next year is Assad now taking the snap and handing it off to Kastner. Kastner churning forward up near the first down marker. Will probably be about a yard short. Third down now coming up for the Dukes with 3:55 to go in the first quarter.
Rumbling, bumbling, 3rd and short.
Quarterback sneak, we're going to match him.
I saw a little offsides there on the defense, but no call, and it's going to come up a little short.
So 4th and 1 at the most. Dane, this situation, who are you going with? I tell you what, I do want to point out one thing. Patrick Cote is out there.
Cote's out there. Never count him out of the play, especially after seeing the last drive.
Ayash is all alone here at the bottom. And man.
Oh, he hit him wide open. Trying to go for the
hat trick.
Still going for that offsides.
Handoff here to Kastner, straight up the middle, has a first down, a little bit more.
That's easy money.
About the 46-yard line. Yeah, I mean, you know, you give the ball. I was going to say, I didn't want to say the obvious. It feels like in this, how things are going up to this point, you give the ball to Kastner, you're not going to stop him. Not on first contact, that is.
No. We'll talk about Kastner, versatile athlete. Football game tonight, baseball game tomorrow morning, and a 2:20 tee time at White Pines tomorrow afternoon.
And off to Kastner, looking left side. up across the 40.
I pressured him to book in a tea time today. He did it.
You know, next baseball game that we call, you'll have to tell us how that went.
What'd you say?
I said next baseball game we call, you'll have to give us a recap of how that went.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a little 2v2.
Oh,
It's match play. It's Kastner and
well, your
Kaminsky.
boy just shedded a tackle and trying to throw a man down. He will not reach the line to gain.
Yeah, I'm playing against him in match play. It's Kastner and Kaminsky versus me and another guy that we used to play baseball with. I hope my mom doesn't hear this. I'm taking off of work to do this. So, oops.
So on the board they have 1st and 10. Now the chains will move. A little bit of confusion there. 1:50 to go in the first quarter. Again, it has been all Dukes. From the 36-yard line of the Spartans, Assad and company set up shop with Kastner to his left. Looking the handoff here, to Boysen. Mikey Boysen looking up the left side, met with a few white jerseys. 2nd down upcoming for the Dukes. So Mikey Boysen, a name we called a lot early in the season at running back, went with that wildcat formation a few times. You compared it to a Taysom Hill type player.
Right.
You know, him and Cote, outside of the running back situation, great players to utilize in a variety of different ways.
Yeah, he could run, he could throw, he could do everything, and he's not afraid to get hit either.
So now 2nd and 9 from the 35 of the Spartans. Approaching 1 minute to go in the first quarter, looking, Assad firing, has Malaga trying to find some room. He will have a 1st down after a collision here on the right side. A injured Spartan on the play. So with 1:01 to go in the first quarter, we will take a quick break. The Dukes lead 14-0 and driving. We'll be right back.
He's ready.
So 4 wide receivers out there now. Cal Harris, Berman, Malaga, and Ayash. Assad takes a snap, handoff to Kastner. Kastner has a whole lot of room up to about the 15-yard line. It'll be a, depending on the spot yet again, 3rd and short. Excuse me, 2nd and very short. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Again, Dukes lead 14-0. 2nd and 1 from the 15-yard line. And with that, we will let things run out. To sum up the first quarter, Dane, I think it's appropriate to say it's been all Dukes.
All Dukes. All gas, no brakes offensively. 14-0. Real offensive game. Nothing much to even talk about defensively. Constant stops.
Yeah, just really not unable to, like we mentioned, find that identity is Romeoville. So
right.
A lot of things to change going forward if you're the Spartans. But as Dane said, it's been all Dukes here in the early going. We'll be right back with the second quarter on the other side. So to start the second quarter, the Dukes will be at the 15-yard line of the Spartans, 2nd and 1. Dane, I think it's, you know, from inside the 20, I'd actually say from inside about the 35 tonight, the Dukes are going to be A-okay. Kastner nearly ripped down, but the extra effort to get the first down.
I was going to say, I would be shocked to see Kastner get brought down that quick. Breaks the first tackle, sticks him, reaches for a few more, picks up the first down around the 14-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Moving forward.
So Ayash at the bottom of your screen, then it's Malaga, and up top Berman and the junior Cal Harris. Kastner to the right of Assad, and again looking, brought up, ultimately brought down and losing some yardage on the play is the running back Patrick Kastner. So these guys going forward, obviously 2 college football commits here for the Dukes offensively. Luke Malaga and Patrick Kastner, and you know, both of them really workhorses. And we saw obviously Malaga shine a little brighter as the Dukes kind of translated to a little bit more of a passing offense
right
in the second half of the season, and that was refreshing to see. Now looking, Assad
Malaga wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Dukes.
I'll tell you what,
I saw that the second it broke free.
Speaking of the devil, 10:46 to go in the second quarter. The Dukes are leading by 3 scores.
Well, they're facing zone coverage, Gavin, and no one was able to pick up on Malaga, surprisingly. He's York's top receiver coming into this game. I mean, you could argue Sammy Ayash, whatever you want to say. You can't leave him open like that. As soon as the ball was snapped, Malaga went to the end zone, wide open, kind of ran a little run right up the route right up the middle, wide open. Nothing much to say about that.
So 10:46 to go in the second quarter. Max Hansman on for the extra point. And with that, the Dukes now lead 21-0. So offense, clicking on all cylinders. We will be right back to see what the defense has in store and if the Romeoville Spartans can get anything going offensively. We'll be right back. So Dane, this is you mentioned the Dukes go up by 30. You said.
I believe this was the deal in the sophomore and freshman game. If the score is up, I think 30, it becomes a running clock, which at that point the game would go by a lot quicker. I really don't want the game to go on quicker.
Glass makes a man miss and stepping out of bounds at about the 26-yard line is where the Spartans will get another crack at things. No, but yeah, I mean, that would make things interesting. You know, if this clock gets running,
right,
you get a few more swings in at home. Get ready for your match play tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But
I tell you what, Kastner can play football. He can play basketball. But man, he's not very good at golf. He likes to do that Happy Gilmore swing, and he never hit. He hits him hard, but he doesn't hit him straight. He's easy to beat.
Glass goes in motion. Diamantis, the punter slash quarterback, looking, has nothing, gonna run it himself, has some green grass, but met by 3 green jerseys.
No one else but David Locke, Calanis, and I believe Everett Snyder, or was that Korznowski on the play? Either way, I'll bring up a 2nd and short. Finally, blue and orange get something going offensively, setting a tempo, picking up a few yards. But if this game does get out of hand, I would love to see, I said earlier, I'd love to see some newer guys kind of get in the game and do something special.
So the ball at their own 35-yard line, Diamantis and the Spartans looking for anything. Handoff to Christian, but met by Matthew Kavanaugh, the Golden Domer, and stopped. Oh my goodness. It was a green wall coming in. Matthew Kavanaugh
The fan favorite Matt Kavanaugh coming in, standing on a whopping 5'5", kind of sneaking his way in there, grabbing him, bringing him down. He does that best defensively.
So now still at the 35-yard line. Have it as 3rd and 1 up here on the board. That is a long yard to go. Failing at this point. Last time around were the Spartans. We'll see if they can change the narrative.
Oh!
Stopped. Nolan Korzenowski.
Nolan Korznowski coming harder on the end, wrapping him up, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 1. That is a huge tackle coming around the end. No one was there to block him. That's going to leave him questioning what they're going to do here on a 4th and short in the Dukes territory.
So on to punt now is Diamantis. Dane, so hard to determine whether they're punting or keeping the offense out there with Diamantis playing both punter and quarterback.
I believe the sophomore team has the same thing. I think Veza has a huge punt.
Great kick. Malaga fields it inside the 15-yard line and tripped up immediately. So the Dukes will get to work in their own territory. That was a great kick.
Wow. I'm surprised.
And a flip in the field there was Diamantis.
Yeah, that was huge for them. Well, the wind blowing their way.
Well, no, you got it at our backs. That's sideways.
Really?
Yeah, stand up. There you go.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That was a great punt.
That was a great. Wow, that was a great punt.
Ultimately,
All
flipping the field there was Diamantis. With 8:17 to go in the 2nd quarter, the Dukes looking to further Diamantis. With 8:17 to go in the 2nd quarter, the Dukes looking to further extend this lead. Patrick Cote, the lone wide receiver at the top of your screen. Malaga and Ayash down low. Sending Cote in motion is Assad, giving it to him. Cote will keep, few blockers, has some room. Patrick Cote across the 30-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down for the Dukes.
Oh, Cote picking up yards running, picking up yards throwing. He can do everything. That's going to pick up a huge gain for this York Dukes offense.
8 minutes to go in the half. 1st and 10 from the Dukes' 34-yard line.
Boom, 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 boom.
Hand off to Kastner. Trying to find some room. Sammy Ayash out there blocking. And gaining a few yards here. Now 2nd and 3 from the 41. Dane, this offense here just going to work.
Right, constant. Yards, yards, yards. Doesn't seem like they're getting stopped much at all at the line of scrimmage. Seems like every play is at least a gain of 2, 3, 4, 5.
So now Assad sends Kastner to the right. And now takes a snap, hand off to Kastner, straight up the middle. Has a 1st down, a little bit more. Still trending forward. and stopped at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 upcoming for the Dukes. Yeah, and you mentioned it. You know, we could very well see some new faces getting up here pretty soon. It'll be fun to get a look at what we have going forth into next year. 7:15 to go in the first half.
Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight, Gavin?
Yeah, I mean, can we remember we did that the first game? We did like a little shout out session.
Shout out
and
session.
We did that in like the fourth quarter.
Firth.
It's starting to feel like that game again. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie,
it
but
does.
too soon for me.
Okay, I got it. Kind of take some time to think about it.
Timeout called for the Dukes and Coach Fitzgerald. We'll be right back to York after this. 6:56 to go in the second quarter.
Whatever.
So Assad, yet again, operating with Kastner to his left. Now Kastner straight up the middle, up to about across the 35-yard line to about the 34. Again, you can't say it enough. Everything clicking here for the Dukes.
Yard after yard. I'm sorry, I can't. My headset's. Someone just clicked something.
So now just under 6.5 to go in the first half. Assad takes a snap to give to Kastner. Left side looking. There goes Kastner, has a block, has some room up across the 20 to about the 17-yard line. Patrick Kastner racking up the yardage early.
Huge gain from Kastner. Bringing the ball just inside the 20. Haven't seen that in a couple games. That big breakaway play we've been dying and eager to see.
Sending Cote in motion, handoff to Kastner. Looking for some room, but ultimately met by a few Spartan linemen. And on the stop, 2nd and 8 to go.
Kastner tonight on 17 carries has 107 yards.
Kastner all alone up inside the 5.
I think they're really trying to get him his touchdown tonight.
I do too.
We've seen Malaga, we've seen Sammy twice. I think they're really trying to push it to Kastner. Wait a minute. In comes none other than Matthew Kavanaugh at running back. Uh-oh.
I mean, you got to give it to him.
You got to give it to him.
You can't do that to the people
I
that
could
not
just,
give it to
all
him.
week I could just
Here we
see
go.
it. Kavanaugh, Coach Fitz, please give me the ball in the end zone. Give me the ball in the red
Here
zone.
we go.
There it
Hand
is.
off to Kavanaugh up the middle.
Did he get it? No. Picked up a few.
I think he might be in. I think he might be inside the 1.
It's the fan favorite Matthew Kavanaugh.
Just under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Dukes lead 21-0. I tell you what, you want to talk about taking it to him early. Throw your middle linebacker up there and have him run right up the middle.
That's got to be the most selfless thing I've ever seen. Kastner coming out of the game, pointing to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh putting his helmet on. Everyone's cheering for him. Kastner's giving up his own stat just so Kavanaugh can get
Here
it.
we go, Dane.
Kavanaugh touchdown! Dukes!
Matthew Kavanaugh, the senior linebacker. Straight in. Woo! All right, we can work with that. Matthew Kavanaugh, the senior.
The senior, Matt
Straight up
Kavanaugh.
in it.
You know, I was actually, I don't want to say I was thinking earlier because I didn't say it. Like, oh, yeah, you're thinking about it. Yeah, we were talking about getting extra guys in, doing stuff like that. That's what I was thinking about. You know, guys like this coming in and running back, scoring the ball. Guys that play defense don't play offense enough.
False start called here on the Dukes. Will be headed backward.
The fan favorite, the teammate favorite. The Dukes look to go up 28-0. It's not even halftime yet, and I'm just gonna say, I wonder how tired Hansman's Max the leg Hansman, his legs gotta be feeling tired after all those kickoffs and field goals.
Hansman up and in, extends the lead. The 28-0, 4:24 left to go in just the first half. I don't know what else there is to say. We've officially seen it all. After a Matthew Kavanaugh rushing touchdown, the Dukes are up 28-0. We'll be right back after this. Up and away goes Hansman. Glass to receive, bounced off his foot, and we will be going yet again the other way.
And that ball bounced right
Dane,
in the hands.
I think we can, you know what, let's call it a night.
Right, call it a night. The ball went right off the knee of the returner and into the hands of the honey badger, Hayden Rainier. Are you allowed to run that back? Do we know? Are you allowed to run that back?
Yeah, you can.
I don't know why you didn't. Oh. Now we look to at the quarterback position. Oh no, running back.
I was gonna say, I feel like every play is like a curtain call moment. Assad with Boysen to his left. The give to Boysen up the right side. Has some room, Mikey Boysen. Up ahead on the carry, a flag is down on the far side. We're waiting the call now, a conference among officials. So we'll wait and see what the flag is. 4:14 to go in the first half. Dukes up 28-0. It's been a fun one so far. This one will come against the Dukes, so we will move backwards. Will be placed at the 36-yard line. 1st and 18 now. And Dane, this is just one of those situations. Got to get that yardage back, but, you know, as we've seen so far, we can imagine it'll be pretty easy to do so.
Lined up at the running back on his left, besides Boysen. That ball is incomplete to Aaron Berman. So
now 3:50 to go in the first half. Dane, I would say what do you like and what do you not like, but I don't think there's anything to not like.
No. I like that they're having fun.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. All right, what do you like?
That they're having fun.
Anything else?
That we're having fun.
Oh, all right.
Well,
I like that.
fine.
That
Talking
answer.
a little bit more seriousness. No, I like the way they're throwing the ball. You know, no one's afraid to make any mistakes. Ball's thrown around, running the ball, everything, offense, everything.
Assad taking the snap, the give again to Boysen, who'll gain a yard at most. 3rd down and a country mile coming up for the Dukes from the 35-yard line. So Dane, considering the fact that Assad has 3 completions, what else do you like?
Well, he has a touchdown. No, well, funny. The run game, obviously. Putting in guys that haven't typically been getting the ball. I got Tyler Nels over here to my left talking my ear off. You had your games. Let me have mine. Let me get mine, Tyler.
Timeout called by the Dukes. We'll be right back just after this timeout. So Dane, 3rd and 17 coming up for the Dukes. Have to assume they're going to go to the air. We'll see what Fitzgerald drew up. Looking now, Assad firing, has Aaron Berman. He dropped it right across the middle. That one intended for Berman, but dropped.
The ball was thrown near a few defenders on that kind of crossing route. I almost want to say a little reluctant he didn't catch that, only because it looked like he was going to get smashed. We'll bring up a 4th and really long.
Yeah, you could say he could have heard footsteps in that scenario.
Right.
4th and 17 now. I said Firth again.
Firth.
Assad looking. And now fires. Has a man.
That's
that
pass
one
interference.
was intended for Cal Harris. No flag on the play. So now the Spartan offense will come back out with 2:54 to go in the first half.
I believe that's the first time the Dukes haven't been able to convert while they have the ball, correct, Gavin?
I would agree. Yeah.
I think, right? Yeah.
Without question.
That last pass looks really close to pass interference, but I don't expect them to make that call the way the score is looking right now with 2 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in the first half.
Diamantis under center, sends a man in motion. Now Diamantis will run it himself. You know, Dane, you were critiquing that run game early for the Spartans, but they clearly there. Obviously, a few plays drawn up here for Diamantis to run. What can you say about that?
I think he's running the ball a lot better. He's not running the ball so straight up.
Oh, you're saying like in terms of his form, he's a little bit more.
Well, having a good form will lead to you actually running the ball a little bit better, Gavin. I think when you run the ball straight up, you look like a stick man. I don't think you're going to go anywhere. Yeah, sure.
Diamantis again under center. This is an interesting formation offensively for the Spartans. Handoff here to Christian, but immediately swallowed up by numerous green jerseys. The minute 58 to go. Still, the story stays the same, all Dukes.
Right, Sam Varzino able to get in the game here, make that tackle. few new players lined up in the game. Zach Sutter at safety. Marco Grandolfo, the linebacker position. Brandon Walker, Patty Toole.
Diamantis in this Spartan offense looking to get anything going, glass in motion. Now looking, stepping back, met with Marco Grandolfo on the pressure.
Grandy coming over that right side. Quick, forcing the quarterback to throw the ball away. Almost had that sack. And that's a player who doesn't start, doesn't get in the game much, but in this situation, playing with heart. Your final game of your senior season.
Minute 13 to go now, and Dane, that's something that, you know, it's so great that we can be back here in this environment with fans, especially on a senior night. What's your feelings about that?
We're talking about
If you were in a green jersey, oh my. Jalen Jones in on the coverage. But if you were in a green jersey tonight and it was your senior night, what would you be thinking right now?
I want to play. Should I go down there at halftime and put a jersey on? Give Tyler the mic? That'd be fun.
Next man up. Ladies and gentlemen, get used to the name Tyler Nels. As Dane Emmerich and I obviously departing after this season.
Gonna be throwing boysen at quarterback. Catch one from him.
But more importantly, Tyler Nels would be taking your mic hypothetically in the event that you were to go down there and put on a jersey.
I can't do that. I don't have the dignity to give him the mic. Someone else got to take it.
Just over a minute to go in the first half. Dukes lead 28-0, first and 10 from their own 21-yard line. So here, Dane, you keeping the pressure on, you're keeping your foot on the gas and try and score here with a minute left?
I guess so. I mean, what am I going to do? Say, yeah, you know what? Let's just slow down.
Take a knee. We're
right.
good.
No.
Yeah.
Get some new guys in there. Throw the ball around. Boysen with the reception, picking up a solid 4. Solid 5 yards. 2nd and 5. 42 seconds left remaining in the half.
Assad looking. Now fires. Sammy Ayash on the reception on the near side. Going forward and stepping out of bounds. A flag on the play. So another conference amongst the officials as we wait the call. That one will come against the Dukes. Illegal man downfield. So we will be moving backwards yet again. Now 2nd and 10. So Dane, now you're pushed back a little bit. What are you doing from here on out to try and score in the half? Hello.
Wait, what did you say? I'm sorry.
I said with going backwards because of the penalty, with 29 seconds left to go in the first half, what are you doing to end the half on a positive note and score?
I mean, if you're really trying to score, you got to throw the ball downfield. 24 seconds left. You got 1 timeout remaining. I'm saying hypothetically, you really need to score. Throw the ball, get out of bounds, use up that last timeout if you need to. I wouldn't look to run the ball. I mean, I would say it might be a little disrespectful to kind of like
keep it going.
Chuck one 40 yards for a reception and run further after that. I don't know. It's kind of the question kind of threw me off the situation, but I guess if you really want to score, yeah.
So 1st and 10 from their own 34. Assad with Boysen to his left, stepping back, looking, surveying, now firing. Deep ball has Luke Malaga. That one incomplete, broken up by a Spartan defender. Now 16 seconds to go, 2nd and 10.
Well, it's exactly what we just said. Took the ball like that downfield. Little contact there before the ball was actually got there. He'll bring up a 2nd and 10, 16 seconds remaining. Something else to mention, Fred Levin's out of the game this week with what he believes is a broken foot. So that's a reason why we've been seeing Patrick Cote in the game a little bit more.
Assad again, looking same direction, has Sammy Ayash, this one just out of reach. Now 11 seconds to go.
Maybe run a little trick play here. 3rd and 10.
11 seconds, I think you gotta get.
You know what, no.
You know what, no.
I take it back, you gotta run it here.
You're running?
You have to run it because
run?
11 seconds left. If you make an incomplete pass, now you have to punt on 4th. Now you got to give the ball back to him. I think you just run it and run the clock out.
And the half that way?
Yeah.
They won't listen to you.
They won't do that.
Looking, Assad firing. That one intercepted and picked.
Oh.
So, well, that'll be the way we end the half. So at the end of the first half, the Dukes lead 28-0. Your first half takeaways?
All gas, no brakes. Offensively, scoring, scoring, scoring. They've been a really good job running, yet throwing the ball. Kind of, especially on the special teams. That one turnover that they had. I mean, there isn't really much to say. York, they've been playing good. I don't think Romeoville really brought that A game that York was expecting. But 28-0. That's all I got.
All right, so at the end of the first half, the Dukes lead 28-0. We'll be right back after halftime. This is York football on the York Sports Network.
Here we are back at the second half. It's Gavin, Hughes, Dane, Emmerich. Great first half by the Dukes.
All right, fake Gavin. Whoa! Whoa!
Good to be back. This is Gavin Hughes, Dane Emmerich.
Trying to have a little fun. Tyler, I think you were making fun of me for not being very funny the first half. I think Tyler, I think going into the second half, I think you are not very funny. Oh my gosh.
So we are obviously, it's the last game of the season. Dane, we're having a lot of fun.
We're having a lot of fun. I think right now, again, the clock went back to about 2 minutes 40 seconds left until we can until the second half resumes. I think the most entertaining thing right now that I'm watching is Harrison Kastner down below me try and hit this Sprite can with a stick. He's having a lot of fun with it. Swing and a miss, strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two.
Dinger.
Oh!
The most exciting part of the game. All right, so Dane, now flipping things over. If you're Romeoville, what are you trying to change going into the second half? Beside obviously the score, what are you doing to get there?
I think you got to find a way to fire up your players and figure out something offensively. They've got nothing to work so far in the first half. As the second half approaches, I think they got to find a tempo, throw the ball around, find some receivers, get open, and that's what's going to lead you to score a touchdown. I don't think they've had anything passing, rushing. You got to just find something that works. As well as on defense, they've been blowing a lot of coverage in the receiving in the receiving end. I believe on the touchdown to Luke Malaga in the north end zone, there was a real bad blown coverage. You can't allow that to happen on easy plays in the red zone.
You know, it feels like there's a little bit more on the line in terms of this, this first drive here, and really trying to get something going. Could sustain success for the Spartans going forward, and obviously this drive can determine that. So Hansman on to kick. Back to receive again is Glass. Fields it from within his own 5. Heading out now up to about the 25-yard line is where Diamantis and the Spartans will set up shop. All right, now Dane, one thing we talk about, we obviously said during halftime, this Spartan offense has to get going. Really hard to do against a defense with the Dukes.
Right. This York Duke defense, they've been working their tail off all game long. Haven't really allowed, I don't think they've allowed more than 1 or 2 first downs, as well as a first half shutout as Diamantis rolls out to his left, rushing, picks up the first, and that'll move the chains.
Flag down on the play. This one seems to be coming against the Spartans. It was, I believe, a block in the back. So that's, that's something that, a gain like that and grabbing that first down, a costly mistake like that penalty really hurts you.
Right, you finally figure out something, you pick up a first down, you feel like your offense is rolling. But wait, it's 1st and 10 still.
It's a 10-yard penalty for the
Oh. Okay,
Diamantis again pitches it here, and they get some of that yardage back. It was 1st and 9. I believe he did meet the line. He's just short of the line to gain. That was Allen Jones again on the carry. So obviously, now what your problem is here is Diamantis throwing wise. Another flag. This one yet again comes against Romeoville, but Diamantis obviously
hasn't been too accurate.
Is not, well, it just doesn't seem like a throwing quarterback. And if you're going to rely on your run game, I mean, you need 4 drives with a score here, and you need your defense to stop a red-hot offense.
Right, you go back to this Romeoville offense. Diamantis hasn't had much time in the pocket to throw the ball. So I think they're going to have to, if they are going to throw the ball, kind of have to find some short stuff or figure out how they're going to block this York Duke 3-man front a little bit better.
The pitch to Glass and met by Matthew Kavanaugh right away.
Yeah, great job from Korzanowski forcing him inside. Kavanaugh right there at the middle linebacker to kind of make that tackle for a loss of 3.
2nd and 13 coming up for the Spartans after a few really great pickups and just a little bit of production offensively. 2 costly penalties to take that yardage right back, and we'll see what Diamantis and the Spartans have going on 2nd and 13 from their own 22. Looking, Diamantis firing, has a man out of the flat. That's Christian on the reception, but met by just about everyone. Jalen Jones was the first man in on the tackle.
Jalen Jones, real hard hitter. Coming in, making that tackle, slowing him down at the legs, allowing Everett Snyder to come in there and finish him off.
Just gaining 1, they'll move it back now. Still at the 22-yard line, so meeting the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 13, forthcoming for the Spartans. Dane, you just kind of get the feeling. I mean, the stands have become a little bit emptier.
Yeah, people are slowly starting to kind of creep out of this place.
Diamantis again has a lot of pressure. 4 guys, in fact. Diamantis tripped up by Jeffrey Gaglianese. So a punt team will come up. I was going to say, if they really want to be gutsy, go for it. And maybe give yourself a chance. But 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. I think we're going to start seeing some curtain calls.
Well, 4th and 4 situation. You gotta
Fake
punt
maybe?
it.
Fake?
Fake maybe?
He took the hand warmer off. I think we could. Maybe the arm? No.
You got nothing to lose.
Let's see the boot. Malaga signals for a fair catch, and
Yo, whoa.
flag will come out, and the Dukes will get even a little bit more. That was Hayden Sexton making contact with Malaga after the fair catch was signaled.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for the Spartans. I think what was happening was he was running down the field with his eyes up, looking at the ball, not on Malaga, as he made the signal for a fair catch, and that's going to cost him.
And the last thing you want to do is give this offense any more of an advantage than they seem to already have, putting up 28 unanswered points in the first half. The officials here will meet with Coach Fitzgerald on the near side. See what the call is. So the catch interference will result in a 15-yard penalty. So Dane, to start things off, the Dukes will be inside Spartans territory. That helps.
Certainly does.
8.5 to go in the third quarter. This is the Dukes' first crack at things in the second half.
Look at this formation. 2 running backs in the backfield. Kastner to his right, boysen to his left, motioning over. It's a handoff is to Kastner.
Kastner to the left side, has some room. There goes Patrick Kastner at the 20, 15, inside the 10. Touchdown! Michigan Tech, there goes your man. Patrick Kastner extends the lead for the Dukes.
A great play call. Dual running back in the backfield. Boysen to his left, Kastner to his right. Boysen running in motion. The whole defense shifted toward Boysen, allowing that wide open field on the left side for Kastner to break free, score a touchdown, tippy-toe at the end, score that touchdown. Dukes lead 34-0, penning the field goal, extra point. Wow, great run from Kastner.
And you mentioned it, one of the first times we've seen that formation this season pays off. Patrick Kastner on the first play offensively of the second half for the Dukes results in quite a touchdown.
Right.
Hands in the extra point, up and straight in. 35-0, the Dukes lead. We'll be right back to York just after this. So the Dukes lead 35-0. Patrick Kastner having himself quite a night.
Yes, sir. Kastner tonight on 19 carries has 166 yards for 2 touchdowns, averaging 8.7 yards per carry here with 8 minutes, 18 seconds left as the Dukes lead 35-0.
And based on his production so far this year, those numbers really don't surprise us in this situation. So the sophomores, we just got word, sophomores up 51-0. They won 51-0. You know, we talked about a guy last week in Kelly Watson. And not only Kelly, but this sophomore class coming up is very, very talented.
Right.
You talk about David Locke and numerous players like that. you know, the Dukes have a lot to look forward to as we continue into next season.
Yeah, you looked at the quarterback position, and Veza and Evan Grazzini, along with wide receiver Charlie Specht. He's getting in there and scoring touchdowns at wide receiver. I think it's a real well-rounded defensively. We talked about David Locke coming up and playing at the varsity level. I think the Dukes have a lot to look forward to next season.
That was Jeffrey Caglianese in on the tackle. 7:50 to go in the third quarter. And the narrative have been the same the entire night in terms of the Romeoville offense. Slow, slow, slow. Discombobulated too.
Discombobulated. I like that one. There's no tempo.
Not at all. Firing now across the middle and met with a lot of green was Jakari Christian.
Brennan Wright in there to make that final hit. Just missed that interception. Then I bring up a 3rd and 10. Oh, some new Dukes in. Sutter in at safety position. Brennan Wright in. Number 21, Brennan Wright in at the linebacker position. Number 48.
Matisse.
Menzibeble.
Hold on, let me see it. Menzibelli.
I guess so. Aiden Araki in, also at linebacker, number 11, toward the bottom of your screen, as well as number 58, Grant Dyer.
Timeout called by the Spartans. And yeah, as we said, it's been Dukes all night. We'll see if the story continues just after this. And so the Spartans, oh my, Aiden Naraki, untouched.
Came in around the end, that linebacker position on a blitz. That'll bring up a 4th and really long as this Spartans punt team looks to come onto the field. Well, 7 minutes left.
Oh, Dane, look at this. We have a new punter.
A new punter.
New punter.
Great to see that.
This is Corey Boyette. Out now punting for Romeoville. Luke Malaga back to receive for the Dukes. Takes the snap. We'll see if. Oh, that kick is short. That kick is short. This one's going to land. Cross midfield. Takes a Spartan bounce. And again, they're giving the ball back to a red-hot offense. Who are you looking? I was gonna say, who are you looking to here? What are you doing? What are you? Everything's clicking. You can have some fun with it. What are you doing?
I'll bring in some new players.
In that position, what are you doing?
Offensively,
yeah.
I'll bring in some new players. I'm gonna bring in some new wide receivers, some new running backs. I think I'll throw boysen in at quarterback a little bit. I don't see why not to. You're up 35-0. I guess it is nice to keep your starting quarterback in because he is red hot right now. Kind of finish off his career, but I think it'd be nice to throw in boysen or Schneider at running back or some other guy.
To Berman. He will have the first down in a little bit more.
Some new linemen in the game. Colin Boots, number 60, getting a scruffle around midfield.
You know, that's the kind of stuff that we have been so used to throughout this year. In so many of these matchups, as Max Assad makes his way off the field. This is Colin Dougherty in at quarterback. the junior. So you mentioned getting in new players. The Duke's doing so here with 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Handoff to Kastner. Kastner yet again has some more room up the left side. He won't be tripped up. He'll cut it back at the 30 across the 25.
Oh my God,
20.
there goes that man! There goes that man!
Inside the 10-yard line, and Patrick Kastner doing what he does best, making a few men miss here and there.
Breaking tackles left and right, cutting across field, making something out of nothing. It almost looked like he was going to pick up maybe 5, 10.
You know, I tell you what, another thing with a guy like Kastner is you get size, you get the ability to break tackles, but he also cuts. He cuts so well,
and you don't even see it coming.
Yeah.
You know, the way he's built, he's what, 5'10", 200. The way he's built, you don't expect him to be able to cut. You're also not used to it. You know, remember last year seeing Conroy that was his job.
Dougherty handoff to boysen straight up the middle. They'll be met at about the 7-yard line.
We still look at Kastner and kind of think of him as like a power back.
Yeah, we do. And you know what? We are talking about that the entire time. On 20 carries, he now has 201 yards. So breaking that 200-yard mark. You know, I do wonder what the single game
Rushing record?
Yeah. I think that'd be an interesting thing to.
Passing is, I think it's around I'd guess 380 something, 370.
Dougherty handoff to boysen, left side. Boysen will have
Touchdown!
some room on that. Touchdown, Dukes.
Mike Boysen gets the handoff and takes it right in the end zone on his second carry of the game. I talked to him earlier. He was getting out of my car when I dropped him off at home. I said, hey, get in the game. First time you get that ball, take that ball, smash it anyone you can, get in the end zone. Kind of followed what I said.
Tell you what, doing so with ease as well. You know,
Yeah.
such a great story. And you talk about a determined player, a gutsy player. When it was noted, and we were all notified that there would not be football played in the state of Illinois in the fall. Mike, you know, I'll let you tell the story. A close friend of his, I'll let you go ahead and do your job in explaining it.
About Boysen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he originally went up there for school reasons because they were in school, they were in person, and they weren't doing e-learning. But another advantage was they had a football team, so he joined the football team, transferred over there, started at quarterback, played a couple games, was able to get recruited to Carthage College up in Wisconsin while he was playing at Wilmot. A great player. He had a few real good games through, I don't know his stats exactly. He had a couple touchdowns, a couple really good runs. Able to get a scholarship. A real impressive athletic player, all-rounded.
So he will be headed to Carthage, as Dane mentioned, a competitor of Elmhurst College in the CCIW. 2012 conference champions, the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Photo op. So now we saw the new names getting in there offensively, defensively. You doing the same thing here?
Yeah, I think I'm going to continue to get some new guys in there. You're up 42-0. 5 minutes remain in the third quarter. I think, you know, the clock's going to start to run. This game's going to end a lot quicker than you'd expect.
Dane, to be honest with you, we might get out of here before the sun even goes down. I mean, it is obviously
Possible.
we got some cloud cover.
It's only 7:33.
This game started at 6.
Yeah.
Hour and a half, and we're almost through the third quarter.
Yeah, well, it's been a real run-heavy game. You know what that means. Clock doesn't stop. No incompletions, so. Well, last game.
Last game.
Keeps kind of like clicking through my head, like, whoa. This is the last time we're gonna be doing this, you know.
And you know what's so cool is that we were kind of the first ones to be back, right? You had your athletes back, and oh my, and Christian running over Grandolfo, and gain some extra yardage. But
Whew.
aside from the athletes, we were the ones who, and there was, we talked about it, you know, all year long, and until they were allowed to, we were in the place of where friends should be. Right. We were in the place where friends should be, family, grandparents, cousins, other relatives. Obviously, parents were allowed to come in, but we were in the seats of where so many others should be. And that made our job so much more special because we had the responsibility to make it as great of a production as we could for those watching at home who couldn't watch their loved ones on the basketball court, in the pool, wherever it may have been, on the cross-country track. And it was so special to be able to get to do so as a first down gained here for the Spartans.
That was really well said.
Do you call it a cross-country track? I was actually, course. Cross-country course.
Cross-country course. Yeah, I guess it's course.
But no, I think that's the truth.
cross-country.
I think that's true, though, and there's no other way to say it. I mean, we had such a responsibility, and you know, it was one of those things when this all hit, you know, we were, I think all of us were a little bit nervous in terms of this surviving, and we've created such a great relationships with the coaches as well as the players, and you know, I think you and I can agree it's been so great having the opportunity to call the names of our friends and people we really grew up with. I think that's really special to say looking back on it as a flag flies with 2:30 to go. I believe this one, based on the reaction of Glass on the far side, I'm going to say this one's going to come against Romeoville.
Well, I've been real honored to kind of have this opportunity given to me. Kind of when you reached out to me, or you reached out to people saying, hey, we need more announcers, I was kind of first one to say, hey, I'll join you, I'll help you. And it's kind of taken us a long way. I just, you know, something kind of reaching outside of my comfort zone, doing something new. Before this, I couldn't talk to a class of 25, and now I'm out here talking to 800 people, who, however many people are listening. So it's been great.
It has been, and obviously it started with the Tosh. We had so much fun doing that.
Right.
Last year. It was a real bummer that we couldn't have it, you know, this year. Ziamat is now looking and surveying. Fires near side, that one too low. But it was that was when we really, you know, got things going. And that was, how wild was that? I mean, we're sitting in break rooms of, you know, a coach who just lost a chance to go compete for a championship in the Tosh.
You're right in it.
And yeah, we were right in the middle of it. That was such a fun thing to be a part of. We obviously did our first calling. We obviously called our first baseball game earlier this week.
That was exciting. Something new.
It was something new. Still have to adjust to it a little bit, but there's just it's very hard to overcome the thrill and the excitement that comes with football on a Friday night. As this
Ball
one
comes
will
out.
be recovered by the Dukes.
And that's number 52? 58? 58, Grant Dyer.
Grant Dyer.
Grant Dyer. I believe this is his what? I think this is his first year playing high school football, correct?
The Field Falcon, Grant Dyer, in on the fumble recovery. That was unassisted too. He actually was the first one to meet the running back there, Christian.
Yeah, Dyer, he was able to pop that ball out on that left side and recover it himself. Real impressive job. With 18 seconds remaining, that should end the third quarter with the running clock.
So Dane, first game of the season, 49-0 against Hinsdale South. We'll see if the Dukes can top that off, leading 42-0.
Well, that game, well, it ended 49-17.
Oh, did it? It did.
Yeah,
You're right.
it came in at
Oh
49-17.
man.
That's all right. Well, we could go for a first shutout, right?
And we'll be right back just after this. Colin Doherty's still in at quarterback for the Dukes. Handoff here. And met by flag flies on the play.
That was Trevor Vincennes on the carry, number 30. Loss of looks like a little over 5.
Colin Boots, the injured Duke, shaking up on the play.
Yeah, reaching toward his ankle. Hope he's okay. As the trainer runs out there.
Dane, our final 11 and a half minutes with this view. I will say probably the most underrated view in the town.
This is the best view in the town, no doubt about it. Up on top of the press box, you can see everything up here within a half-mile radius down the street.
So while we leave, the great news is we got people coming up next, and let me tell you.
Okay, yeah.
Oh boy. Tyler Nels is a name that you probably want to get used to. He'll be in our seat a few hundred times going forward. Football and basketball. Well, we'll see what works with the schedule.
Rosmus as well.
Jack Rosmus, Brian Grant, Charlie Specht. We'll drop Ros's name just for the brand. But you know, so great to see that what we started is gonna keep on rolling.
Started with
go forward.
Started with what, 2, 3 of us,
Yeah.
4 of us, and look where it's become. It's expanding, as Tyler said.
Isn't it weird how, you know, I mean, a year and a half, Colin Boots makes his way to the sideline assisted. Not like to see that sight.
Actually, try that. Tyler, try that. See if it works. See if it works.
Hello, hello, hello.
No, I can't hear it. Maybe the, you know what? I think the I think the people at home could probably hear it, but I can't hear it because I can only hear Gavin through my mic.
Colin Dougherty still under center. Takes a snap, handoff to Vincennes. Keeps it himself. Dougherty breaking free across the 35. Shuts a tackle up across the 30 and across the 25. Oh,
Dougherty
Colin
picks up
Dougherty.
about 20. Brings the Dukes right back in contention out of that 4th and about a mile.
Gets a chunk of yardage back for the Dukes. Second down now coming up for the Dukes. 2nd and 4 from the 24. Just under 10 and a half to go in the ball game.
That really puts the Dukes right back in it. Gives them a good chance to score. They were way out of it on a 1st and God knows who, about a mile long.
This one lost, recovered by Dougherty, falls on it. Yeah, you're right. Started with about a 2 where I think you were you would you were literally like 2 weeks after me. It was Jack, Bobby, me,
and then
you.
basketball rolled around,
Yeah.
and I joined for when varsity basketball started.
Yeah, we expanded quickly.
Yeah. I remember joining. I wanted to do it, and I told my mom about it. I was like,
Oh, you were. I remember we did the pregame show.
I
We did the
was
pregame
like-
show. We did the pregame show
Yeah.
for
That was a
basketball.
disaster.
And you were like,
That's fine.
I don't really
I
want to
don't
do
know,
it.
man. And my mom made me do it, which is probably one of the best things she's ever made me done. Is kind of give me the confidence to come up here. Both my parents actually give me the confidence to come up here and speak to everyone.
And you know, it's funny because, you know, we obviously appreciate those at home watching. We appreciate your forgiveness of us because we've probably been caught on the hot mic 1 or 2 times. We've probably broken your eardrums a few too many times. But you've allowed us to keep coming back, and you know, it's funny because we've developed these relationships with, you know, everyone around this athletic program has grown to embrace us. And you know, as we mentioned, for those away games, it was the football team and us.
Right.
And it was kind of no questions asked. So do want to give a thanks to Athletic Director Rob Wagner. And again, every one of these coaches, from Coach Fitz to Coach Dunn of the basketball team, Coach Dorn as well. You know, Coach Dorn was somebody who was really all about it, especially with the Tosh.
Yeah, and the support from all the teachers as well.
Yeah.
Mr. Chambers allowing us to, kind of giving us this opportunity to come up here as well and do it. We couldn't have done it without him.
Oh, most certainly. I remember that we did. Oh, you were there. We did the basketball game, and Chambers sat behind us for the entire game, kind of tapping us. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He was tapping us, saying, "Hey, do this, do that."
Yeah.
And now we're up here doing it all by ourselves.
Hey, you're live. You're live.
And it. It is. Yeah. I mean, it's. It is a cool as coming back out now is Nick Anderson.
The fan favorite. Everyone's cheering. The sidelines, they love it. They know what's about to happen.
You're right, Mr. Chambers. Has had, probably the most important impact on this getting rolling and getting started. As we approach just under 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Handoff to
look at that
Vicens.
block.
Vicens
Look at
sheds
that block.
a tackle. That was a great block.
Leading block by Nick Anderson on the right side. Allowed Vincennes to pick up, I think, 7 on the play. I think they got to get him in at a running back. Kind of, maybe if they were able to have like a fourth and 1, or not a 4th and 1, but maybe 1st and goal around the 1-2 yard line.
2nd and 5 from the 11. Just under 6.5 to go in the ball game. As we wait. Dougherty takes the snap. Handoff to Vicens, left side. Has some running room, has the edge, tries to dive, but taken out just inside the 3-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal. Dane, you look a little confused. What's
No, I'm not confused at all. I'm just hoping for something here.
Oh, this is your
my exact situation.
1 yard to go.
1st down, 1 yard line. Now they're gonna throw Vincennes there in the backfield. I was hoping they give it to Anderson.
Dougherty takes a snap, handoff, keeps it himself, touchdown, Dukes. And with his first touchdown on the varsity level, Colin Dougherty. With 5:11 to go in the ball game, 48-0.
The up-and-coming junior takes that Wildcat snap, takes it right to the left, finds a leading block, just squeezes his way in there. Dukes lead 48-0, 5 minutes, 11 seconds left. Field goal pending the extra point.
So, with that being said, we don't know we don't know what living rooms we are currently in, but for those of you at home, whether you are at York, whether you are coming to York next year, the year after that, whenever, the door at this thing we call YSN is always open. And I will say, it's a lot of fun getting to be up here in our little perch, our table set up in basketball, wherever it may be. It's always a good time, and such great people to work with, as well as this group that we have, just growing and growing. More and more people, always interested. Going to be fun to see where this eventually winds up.
Yeah, like you said, very welcoming. Everyone's always open to bring people in. We're always looking for people to help out, do this, do that. There's always a sport going on. Never be afraid to reach out or join. Yeah, that's it.
And with that, I think another thing is, you were one of the first to buy in to this as well, along with
kind
myself.
of the first, I wouldn't say recruit,
If you have an idea, if you have any form of an idea ever, run with it. Because this was something that, you know, we were talking about this earlier today. It's amazing that this wasn't a thing, an established, you know, thing going on before we got here. I mean, it's amazing to think that you have a town like this, a fan base like this, passion like this school has, and you don't have somebody to bring these games to people who can't make it.
Right.
And so if you ever have an idea, especially when you're in high school, while it's cliche, try and make something out of it. Because this, as crazy as it is, this was just running on an idea. The kick away here, fielded by Christian, and 5 minutes left to go in the ball game. I think he thinks he fell on top of Berman and rolled over.
Well, that kick, a new kicker, that was Tim Mead on the kickoff. Pretty new looking special teams as a brand new defense comes out on the field right now. We're gonna have to kind of list off a whole bunch of
We're gonna have to go to the roster sheets
right,
for this one.
How are we gonna handle this? You want to do defensive line? I'll do DBs.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to look here. As this one moved forward, there could have very well been a flag that flew on the play that I missed.
Yeah, well, safety, lining up at safety, number 31 Connor Wall. At the corner, Tim Mead. The other corner position, it looks like, can't read it.
The pitch here, little trickery, firing a deep shot. This one completed. Up to about the 48-yard line. I tell you what, that throw was pretty good. That was Corey Boyette on the pass. You know, he might have more yards than the starting quarterback tonight. Just with that one throw.
Just
no,
with that one. No,
that's
actually,
not like that's serious.
I think that's actually serious. You're actually right. I think that's right.
That was not a shot by any means. I think he might have just tallied 40 yards.
I think you're totally right.
In that one pass, and it might be more than the starting quarterback. I actually think that's complete. I actually don't think it's even close. I really don't.
Well, 3:15 remaining in the ball game. The sun's still yet to fully set.
The pitch here to Glass. Shoved out of bounds there by Marco Grandolfo. You're right, a completely new defense here. Should have seen it coming too, to be honest with you.
Right. Some of the numbers are kind of cut off on this sheet that I printed. I'll put up my phone.
As we approach the 2.5 mark. Sending Glass in motion again. Oh, Dane, they were going to go back to it. Boyette fumbled it. And he was met with some authority by Dylan Novi. Drops him behind the line. 2 minutes there, Daner. 2 minutes. 49-0. No points answered. This has been, I don't know a word to sum this up.
That happened quick.
That was a quick game. That wasn't really like.
It's not even 8 o'clock
It's not
yet.
even 8 o'clock.
This is like.
The deep shot, deep throw. Boyette reception inside the 15-yard line as we approach 1.5 minutes to go in the ball game.
They're going to have to hurry up. Clock still runs. Tick, 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 tick. They're going to want to push for a score here. This kind of backup JV-style defense in the game.
Dane, look, regardless of opponent, I will say it was going to be very hard to top last week's game.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, you weren't. It was going to be very hard to top that. Past 2 games, actually. Willowbrook as well. Hand off to Christian, straight up the middle. Breaks
54
a lot of
seconds.
tackles.
54 seconds remaining. Helmet flies. Flags are thrown.
I think we're going to have taunting on 54. I think he got up, kind of slicked back the hair, looked at the sideline, said, "What up?" I don't think you can do that.
I don't know.
I don't think you do. I mean, he's coming
I'm a
off
pretty
the ball
cocky
game
guy. I
too.
wouldn't do that down 49.
I saw a flag fly. Dan,
Well,
I
the
will
clock's
say though,
still running.
the Romeoville team is also significantly smaller than our team.
Oh, that's gonna really.
We're coming way back.
Yeah, they're gonna stop the clock. 19 seconds left. Well,
Timeout called by Romeoville. 19 seconds.
this is it.
This is it. Well, it's also, like we said, it's been so much fun to call the names of everybody out here. Obviously, seniors all around this event here tonight, on the field, off the field. But man, it's been fun.
It's been fun. Last high school. I keep. It's our last high school football game.
I mean, yeah, next year it's a little. I feel.
Next year you're at Baylor.
I feel.
Big 12.
Well, hey, you're at either Mizzou or Tampa.
Tampa doesn't have a football team. I probably
you
Mizzou,
Okay,
SEC,
Mizzou.
whatever. Yeah,
I was gonna
Mizzou.
say Tampa, you get to go watch Tom Brady. I'm a Packer fan, but seeing Tom Brady play
Yeah.
whenever you want would be pretty. I wouldn't complain. Not saying Brady. That was not saying Brady's better either. I was just pointing
No,
that
I
out.
think you just admitted
No, I
that
didn't.
Brady's
That's
better
not
than
what I
Aaron
said.
Rodgers, Gavin.
That one incomplete, but a flag will fly. Numbers cut off. I did not just no. If we're not ending the broadcast talking, time was actually added on the clock, so they must have called that timeout earlier than indicated.
I think under 2 minutes, I think the clock stops. But yeah, 24 seconds left. I think you just said Tom Brady's better than Aaron Rodgers.
I did not just say that. Would you give me a break? I did not say that. If you gave Aaron Rodgers Bill Belichick, and if you gave Aaron Rodgers a defense for his entire career, Aaron Rodgers in New England would win more Super Bowls than Tom Brady.
Typical Packer fan.
That's
a typical Packer fan comment. That's like saying
Tom
okay.
Brady's a better leader. Tom Brady's a better leader. You have me there. I don't see Aaron Rodgers walking down the sidelines and yelling at people, trying to motivate people. But Aaron Rodgers, from a talent perspective, Aaron Rodgers is. You're not. No, there's nobody.
I could say you could surround Mitch Trubisky with a better team, and Mitch Trubisky would do better.
Well, no,
I could say that.
No, that is no. It's not. No. Dane, that was
a little biased.
We're gonna go back. What bias? The guy's gonna go to Buffalo and maybe win a Super Bowl. How great would that be? I'm kind of rooting for it to happen.
The only way Buffalo wins a Super Bowl is if Trubisky's the starting quarterback.
Look, you're still a fan of the guy. Looking, fires that.
Oh
my!
That was Connor Wall. He lowered his shoulder and drilled that guy. Nothing to lose. That's a man with nothing to lose.
They're gonna. So this is interesting. Running clock. This is kind of like a buzzer beater in basketball. They got to get it off.
3, 2.
Hey, hand it
a
off.
Run.
Oh my. Oh, you got to hope for a lot.
And he's brought down. No, he's not. Brennan Brennan Wright slowing him down. Would have loved to get that last tackle, and that's the game.
So to conclude the 2021 modified season, the Dukes win 49-0.
Well, I mean, there's nothing. There's an injured player down on the field.
Not the way you want to end
No, not at all.
the ball game.
Well, that ends the season. Or ends our career, ends the season. No. You're vaccinated, it's fine. Hang on. Yeah, well, that's.
I'm doing the sign off by myself.
No, I want to be in. No, I'm.
All right, come on, get in it, Dane. We did it the Friday before. Yeah, we did it. We did it for the Glenbard. Did it for the Glenbard West. I tell you what. Should we move over here?
Yeah,
should we go over here?
Wait, what about? Should we give out some shout outs?
Yeah. Who do you want to give a shout out to there, Dane?
I want to give a shout out to my parents, Brett and Nicole, and not Mike. They'll know what that means. They'll pick that up.
They'll pick that up?
Yeah.
They will?
Yeah. Definitely my parents inspiring me to actually kind of come out here and pick up the mic and find what I love. But for you, Gavin, how about you?
Are we coming in here? Are we slide? Are we
Sliding
doing?
in here? Oh, we're getting everybody back
We're doing
here?
a slide.
Wait, am I in this?
All right, I think.
I
well,
guess
hold on,
everyone's in
real
it.
quickly here. You were the fourth one to join. We've been on quite a journey since. You know, a year and a half later, here we are. We've had so much fun with all these games, and again, just thank you for allowing us to be on your TVs, on your phones, whatever it may have been. You know, just each and every night with just about every sport. It's been a pleasure, and on behalf of myself and everyone here at the York Sports Network, Dane, anything you wanted? You gave a shout out. Anything else you want to say?
Just want to sign out for the last time.
Sign out for the last time. It's been fun. It's been fun, dude. All righty.
Yeah.
Folks, we'll be around. We'll still be around, but we want to thank you for, again, just allowing us to be there. And even though we broke your eardrums a few too many times and maybe dropped an occasional, you know, inappropriate word a time or two.
I'm really
thank you.
surprised I didn't get fired sooner.
Thank you for allowing us to be there and share these moments with you. So we'll see you on the other side. With that being said, Dane Emmerich, I'm Gavin Hughes for York Football and YSN. I'm Gavin Hughes. Good night and goodbye, everybody.